Hello everyone, this is Moses from Wilona's Cave. We're going to continue the story of Merrick, the Witcher, Hannah, the Shaman Bard, with her horned owl companion, Mina. And now with a new party member, Diggory, the ogre from seasons past. In the last episode, the bounty hunters hired by an unknown individual were well hidden from our team, and their assassin was about to try and backstab Merrick. But before the assassin tried to backstab Merrick, there was a lot of commotion in the forest, and an ogre appeared, which was Diggory, and scared off the bounty hunters. After the bounty hunters left, Hannah asked Diggory if he would like to join their team and help them on their journey north to Marsden Tent City. Diggory accepted the offer, but said he needed help with something when he got to Marsden Tent City as well. Now, the opening scene that I have written down in Mythic is that Diggory warns the team about the lore of the feather water lilies floating on Diamond Lake's surface as they go north up the river on a wooden boat. Now, let me roll with Mythic to see if the scene that I've just stated has been modified. The chaos factor is at 5, so if I roll a 5 or below, the scene is modified. Let's drop in a d10. Re-roll, and it rolled on a 7. So the scene is not modified and will continue as written. Merrick, Hannah, Mina, and Diggory are all in a boat going up the river toward Diamond Lake. They can see a stone bridge in the distance. Diggory says to the group, "I must warn both of you that there is a dark history of this lake ahead of us past this bridge. The lake is named Diamond Lake. And in the middle of the lake is a little island with a huge manor. Surrounding the manor island and floating on top of the lake are countless lily flowers, feather water lilies to be exact." Hannah asked, "What is the significance of these flowers?" "I don't know, let's find out." I am going to roll on the mythic action and subject tables and try to interpret the significance of these feather water lilies. Let me drop in a D100 and re-roll for the action, which is 98, which is overthrow. Re-roll for the subject, which is 22, which is energy. Overthrow energy. Oh, now that's interesting. Okay, let's continue. Diggory responds to Hannah's question. "The feather water lilies were placed here to create a barrier around the unknown manor. Many dark creatures would do anything to enter this manor." And now Merrick asks, "How are these flowers protecting this manor?" Diggory seems a little worried and looks at Merrick with fear in his eyes. "If anyone disturbs the water lilies, it will summon the protectors. No one knows for certain how many protectors there are. But I have seen what happens to anyone that disturbs the lilies. The protectors emerge from the depths of the lake and with swiftness annihilate any intruder." At this moment, Hannah and Merrick look at each other, and in Merrick's mind, he questions why they would risk going further through the lake. Hannah asks Diggory, "Diggory, what is the significance of this unknown manor?" He replies, "The unknown manor has amazing rooms, floors, and sections, but the most intriguing one of them all is named the Eternal Library. The library is legendary. Only the bravest or the most ignorant walk within it. The library possesses all the world's answers the reader seeks, such as the location of their missing loved ones, how to become rich and famous, or how and when they will die. It is said that many have been lost reading and searching the books in the library for their entire lives, searching for all the answers to their questions, but losing the remaining duration of their life as well." Now, the reason why I know the lore of this library is because it is in my notebook for a future short story I am writing. Okay, now let's get back to the narrative. Hannah says, "That is most likely why. There are so many dark entities that want to go to this manor." He looks down at Hannah and says, "That is what I am assuming as well." Merrick then looks at Diggory and says, "Well, in that case, it might be best to walk around the lake. Is it better to walk around? I would think that being such a hostile lake, the forest surrounding the lake would be hostile as well. Probably with all those dark entities trying to get through the lake into the unknown manor. Now, instead of asking Mythic a yes or no question, I'm going to be using a supplement that I haven't used on this channel yet. I'm curious if they are going to encounter something. Let's see if our team encounters anything on the way to Diamond Lake. Let me roll on a book that I think doesn't get enough attention. The book is Untold Encounters of the Random Kind. Let's go to Forest Encounters, drop a D100 in the tray, and re-roll. And it landed on a 90, which is a treehouse. A treehouse? What's a treehouse doing in the middle of a dark forest? Maybe the ones that live here have to live in the trees. It could be because they are trying to stay safe. Now back to the narrative. The team continues slowly up the river, and then Hannah says, "Look, over there. There's a house in the trees." Then Merrick says, "I wonder if anyone is home and can tell us if there's another way around Diamond Lake." Is there anyone home? And if so, who are they? Let's go to Mythic and roll on the fate chart. I'm going to say that the odds are 50-50. So the chaos rank at 5, a 50 or below, is a yes. Let me drop in a D100. Re-roll. And it landed on a 15. So close to an extreme yes. So there is someone or multiple people in the house. But who? So we know that there is someone there, but does our team notice? Let's roll for Merrick's Advanced Tiny Dungeon Perceptive trait, otherwise known as his Witcher Sense. He has an advantage for this trait, which means he gets a 3d6 for the roll. If any of the dice roll on a 5 or 6, he successfully notices someone. Let me re-roll. And his Witcher Sense was a success. Let's see how he noticed. Let me go into another awesome supplement I've used in the past campaigns. It's called the Perilous Wilds. I really like this supplement. Page 44, we have Ask the Fates Discovery. Let's drop in a D12 in the tray. Re-roll. And I get a 5, which is evidence. Let's re-roll 2 more times to get more specific. Re-roll. And I get a 6, re-roll again, and I get a 5. So evidence, then tracks, and finally definite and clear. Now let's return back to the narrative. Merrick steers the boat near the riverbank. He gets out slowly, focuses using his Witcher sense, and notices fresh footprints in the mud, walking up towards the treehouse. Merrick looks back at the team in the boat and says, "There are fresh tracks here. They look human, but quite small." Then the team heard someone from up in the tree call out, "Excuse me? Who are all of you?" Merrick turns towards the treehouse and says, "We are travelers on our way to Marzin Tent City. We do not want to cross Diamond Lake. Is there safe passage around the lake to the north?" The person standing in the treehouse replies, "Safe? Safe around these parts? There's no such thing. I had to construct this house in a tree to try and stay safe, or safer, that is." Merrick can see the person looks human, but his stature is quite small. Merrick asks, "Are you a halfling?" Jeez, Merrick. Have you ever heard of the word hello? Okay, never mind. Okay, let's go to the fate chart. I am going to put the odds at likely, and at the chaos rank of 5, a 75 or less is a yes. Let me drop a D100, re-roll, and it rolled on a 1. Wow! My own house rules are if I roll a 1 or a 100 on a fate chart, they are not only an extreme yes or no, but they are a critical extreme yes or no. So the answer to the question, "Are you a halfling?" is a critical extreme yes. Now, how do I interpret that answer? Either you are or you are not a halfling. Unless this halfling is special or important. Interesting. The halfling responds, "Yes. And what if I am? What's it to you?" Okay, I think we need our bard here. Let's have Hannah interrupt. Let's have Hannah roll for her charismatic trait, which she has an advantage with. So that's a 3d6. Let's drop in 3d6 into the tray. Hopefully one of these rolls a 5 or 6. Reroll. And she rolled a success, thankfully. Hannah, still standing on the boat with Diggory, speaks up and says, "What is your name, sir? And is there a reason that you are living up in a tree, my dear sir?" Now, to get a name, let's go to another supplement called the Book of Random Tables and roll on halfling names. Let's drop a D100. Reroll. And I get a 43. The name for number 43 is Elros. The halfling looks down at Hannah across the river, pleased to see someone with such manners, and replies, "My name is Elros. Yes, there is a large foul creature that roams these woods and attacks and devours anyone that travels these parts. The beast would even attack well-equipped travelers like yourselves. Even though that you have a big strong ogre, I see, the beast doesn't care. I have seen it swallow humans whole. I have not been able to safely leave this area in years. Even though I am small and can hide well, the beast can always sense me. So I do not travel too far from this location. I fish on this river and have a garden nearby." Merrick looks over to the riverbank and sees 3 fishing poles dug into the mud with stones at their bases to keep them from falling into the river. Each fishing pole has a string going into the river. He then looks over to the side of the tree that the treehouse is built on and sees what he believes are potato leaves. I wonder who this halfling is and what type of creature is hunting humans in this part of the forest. Well, we'll hopefully find that out on the next episode of the Witcher series on Wilona's Cave. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Now let's do a bit of bookkeeping. Am I going to change the chaos factor? Yes, I'm going to raise it from 5 to 6 since Merrick found out that Diamond Lake is deadly, and so is the forest surrounding it. Any new NPCs? Yes, we have Elros, a critical, extreme yes halfling. Any new threads? Yes, there is. I'll add a new thread of find safe passage around Diamond Lake. And that is it for the bookkeeping. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this episode and happy gaming, everyone. Bye.